Thanks for tuning in, everyone. I'm your host, Konrad, on Wednesday Night Reviews. And from superheroes to average Joes, here's what I read this week. So I finished up my copy of Blackbird, published by Image Comics, written by Sam Humpheries and drawn by Jen Bartel, and they co-created the series. And just to start the bat off, this book, like cover here, but also the interior, because they're done by the same person, which always makes me happy, is absolutely gorgeous. 10 out of 10. I think this book's art, between the art itself as well as the coloring that is done throughout the book, are gorgeous. And the writing by Sam Humpheries I actually quite liked as well. So the story basically follows Nina Rodriguez. So she is a woman, a young woman who has had a really dark past. So we meet her. She's working a bar and supposed to be going to college. However, she's dealing with addiction issues, and that causes her obviously a lot of, well, distress, but also it prevents her from, always going to work and stuff like that. And that all stems from depression or anxiety or a crappy mix of both, which all that starts from when she was a child, losing her mother in a horrific accident. Now, that is all a really rough start for what is such a poppy, nice looking book. And it all sort of makes sense when you start reading it. So this collects the first 6 issues of the series, introduces us to Nina, her family, and her sister, whom she lives with and takes care of her, as well as all the other people in her life, and just how astray it's gone. Now, one thing that makes Nina also unique is simply that she believes in magic, and she believes in all that comes along with it, and in crystals and all that stuff. And me as an individual, I don't believe in magic. I like the idea, but I don't think it's real. And healing crystals and things like that, not my thing. If you do believe in it, great, and I hope that brings you joy. But like most of the people in Nina's life, sorry. And so they call her all sorts of names. They think of her weirdly. They actually call her Crazy Baby because she's young as well as, in their opinion, crazy. So she has all these beliefs, and she struggles in life because of depression and thus addiction from loss. And so we meet her, and she's not in a great ways. But she so strongly believes that magic is real, to the apparent detriment of her social life. And as we read more and more about the events of her life and how she struggles and why she struggles, things start to become clear that, you know what, maybe she's not wrong. And very quickly we're introduced to a whole group of magical individuals, a whole society that live literally inside of our own. So I think from the writing perspective, this is such a cool world that, for instance, there's a wizard that she meets. It's not the word that they use, but it's a wizard that she meets, and he takes her to like an old truck. It's like a van, like an ice cream truck. And they go inside of it, and she's like, well, this is weird. And it turns into like this giant magical nightclub. And that kind of world persists in here. And on her journey, she's basically attacked by this giant tiger creature, clearly made of magical energy. And it just, from there, her whole world just corkscrews down. And so many things are revealed. And I won't go into spoiler territory. But it is a very cool world. And again, the art is gorgeous. I think the two co-creators that came together as a team to make the book, they work together fabulously. And I think, yeah, you should definitely, if you're into like magic, if you're into young adult fiction, and by that I mean like characters that are between 16 and 23, pick this book up. It's pretty cool. My major issue with it, however, is, as mentioned, Nina deals with drug issues and addiction, and it impacts her life. At some point, and I can't pinpoint it, but about near the end of this collected volume, as things get revealed to her, she just kind of forgets that she has addiction problems. And maybe because I haven't read the second volume, I've missed something, but it's very suddenly just she's dealing with addiction problems, and then it's gone. It doesn't drop off and, oh, I'm better now because of the magic. It just gone. And it didn't feel normal, and there was no explanation for it, and it felt like there needed to be, especially if they've just had her get over it. Because you don't just get over, the loss of parents and depression and thus addiction. It's not fixed. So that is something that I felt negatively about the book because it would just felt weird. However, the rest of the book is great. I think the world of the characters is really interesting. The art in this book is gorgeous. Oh, here's a perfect spot. So we've got her on this side dealing with reality and just sort of having a rough go of it. And then on this side, we see a bit of that magical world. And they explain how people can use magic in some really fun ways, even if you're not like inherently having magic that you can summon fire. So I genuinely think that Humpheries and Bartel did a great job at crafting the world. Obviously, like I said, I've said it a ton of times, this book is gorgeous. You should definitely read it. Yeah, I wish certain things would be explained a little better as per her drug issues. So guys, 1 star for solid writing, 2 stars for solid art, and 3 because they work super well together. I can't give it a 4 stars because I didn't rip through the book all in one sitting. I was able to just put it down and come back to it without, having that like, oh, I gotta read it. And I think you should definitely check it out. Again, if you're in that range of liking books for younger adults and in those sort of mystical worlds, definitely for you. So guys, obviously hit that like button, subscribe for more, and comment down below about what you thought of Blackbird. Have I missed something or have I hit the dot on the head? Let me know what you think and we'll start a conversation. Have a good one, everyone.